Hello awesome people, welcome back to paasolocreates video tutorial. In today's video we are going to look at how to design a birthday flyer in Adobe Photoshop. So without further ado, let's look at how to design this now in Photoshop. So first of all, Ctrl+N to create a new document. So a new document dialog box is going to open in Photoshop for us. And then let's go with 210 by 210 millimeters and click on create. Then we are going to start to build our background, and with our background I will start by right click here and click on make a duplicate, click on OK. Then I'll go to my colors here or come here, and then I'll select a gray color like this. You can copy the color code here, and then I'll click on OK. Then with the help of my paint bucket tool at the toolkit, I will select that and click once to paint the light gray color on the canvas. Then from here I'll click on V or just click on the move tool. Alright, so this is our background. You see we have a big difference. Okay, then from here with the help of my rectangle tool, okay, so when I go to my toolkit, I'm going to see this. I'll click on that, and then I will click and drag to make a circle. Hold down the shift key to keep the circle in proportion. Then from here I can go to select and then click on select all, and from here when I go back to my move tool, I'll have this option which I can use to align this one to the center. When you're done, go to select and then you click on deselect. Shortcut is Ctrl D. Then I can move this one a bit up the top here. And also when I select my rectangle tool again, I have these options at the top here. I would like to increase this one to 10, and I'll change the color to a gray color, but this one I'll change this one to all white. Okay, and then I'm going to also change the fill. Okay, so I'm going to change the fill also to a bit of gray. So let me open this one and select a deep gray and click on OK. So when I click outside, this is what we have. Alright, so from here I'll go to my source files, and please I will leave a link in the description for you to get these files and practice alongside me. I'll click and drag this one into Photoshop, click on OK. Then I will right click on the image and click on rasterize image. Alright, and I'll go to window and search for properties. Alright, so with the properties open, I'll go all the way down and you'll see remove background. Click on it, and Photoshop is going to use its own artificial intelligence known as Adobe Sensei to remove the background. So I'll just click on it and wait for Photoshop to do its own thing. There we have it. We have the background removed completely for us. Okay, then I'll click on this to accept changes. I can go to edit and select free transform over here. Okay, and you see shortcut is Ctrl+T, and then I can also make the image small. Alright, and if you are at the top of the ellipse, you can right click and you create a clipping mask. Okay, so the image is going to fit into the circle. And also with your image selected, go to image, select adjustment, and then you are going to see curves. Shortcut is Ctrl+M, and then I'm going to use this slider to brighten the image a bit. Okay, and click on OK. And also I would like to apply a black and white on this image. So when I come all the way down here, I'll open the adjustment and I'll select black and white from the list. Okay, and you see everything turns into black now. And then I'll click on this eye here to create a clipping mask, or you can right click here and you say create clipping mask. It's the same thing. Okay, next I'll select everything, but before then I'll select the background. Okay, and then click on this lock key here to lock the background, and I'll select everything and maybe increase it, bring it down. So whatever that you want to do, you can do from here. And I can select all of these, Ctrl G, and maybe group this one and name this one as photo. Okay, so that is where we have our photo. Next I'll go to my source file again, and then I'll click and drag this PNG image into Photoshop. I'll move it up and fit it into screen, and then I'll click on this to accept changes, or click on enter, move this one behind the photo, okay, and I'll reduce the opacity, and also I'll add the layer mask to it. So make sure you have this one selected, click on layer mask to add the layer mask, and then with the help of the brush tool you can click on B to get it. So, and you can use the square bracket to make your brush small or bigger like I am doing here, and make sure you have black here, we have white here, so we are going to click tab to reduce some of the places that we don't want this one to be showing fully, and you can reduce the flow or the opacity. In this case I went with the flow so that we are not going to remove it completely. All right, then from here we are going to add our text, that's happy birthday text. So with the help of the text tool over here, I'll click on it and type happy birthday. Ctrl A to select everything, and I'll change the color to black, and then I will increase the size just like this. Then I'll open my character, so you can go to window and select character, and I'm using the Open Sans font. If you don't have it, you can download it from the internet, okay. So Open Sans, and I'll change this one to the bold one. I'll make a duplicate, so I'll click and drag this one to the plus sign here to make a duplicate, bring it down and change the text to birthday. That one too, I'll change the font to this font here, Sargon Script. Select that and maybe reduce the size to maybe 75. Click on the move tool and align this one to the center just like this. Then from here you see that from the main design we have this sort of color on this text, okay. So let's try to do the same thing. So I'll select my text, go to FX at the down here, and I'll choose gradient overlay, and boom, Photoshop is going to apply the last thing that I did, that was applying this. So I got this gradient from here, I think it is here at the purple or red, I don't really know exactly where I got it, but it is part of this gradient that we already have in Photoshop. So but I can't recall the one, I think it was this one that I choose. So it is at the red, and if you see this one, or you can copy the color code here. So this is the first color code, and when you type the second color code here, you are also going to get the same effect. Click on OK, click on OK. Then I'm going to make a duplicate on the other text, so I'll hold down my Alt key, click and drag this one to the next one, okay, and then I'll double click on this one to open the layer style, and then from here I'll click on this to uncheck the reverse, okay. So click on this one, so we are going to have this pattern meeting here, all right, and I can also move it along. Click on OK when you are okay with the effect. Next I'm going to add the rest of my text, and then we can come. Alright, so I have these text that I would like to add, so I'll just write them up and then position them, and maybe reduce the size of this one a bit. And lastly, you can see we have some dot going around the image. So to do that, I have this vector here, so I'll click and drag this PNG 4 into Photoshop, and then I'm going to scale it up all the way to fit everything on the screen, and then I'll click on this mark to accept changes, and I'll reduce the opacity over here to maybe 10%. Click on OK, then Ctrl O to fit everything to screen, and this is how you can design a simple birthday flyer in Photoshop. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you did enjoy the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and leave a comment if you want to be seeing this type of videos in the near future. Thank you very much. Until next time, peace. Check your screen, the other video we pick for you to enjoy next. We love you.